In this section on this video of the course, I need you to go to the posts that we have written together, the sample post, how to get better at pull-ups. This is the post that we've written, except for the fact that for this post, we have used the classic editor or the WordPress classic editor, which is this one we're using here. Okay. So in this case, I'm going to show you how to use Elementor, the Elementor plugin or the Elementor site builder, to actually tweak this content a bit, add some buttons to it, add some other interesting things, some comparative tables and some other things. So in this video is going to be somewhat of an Elementor tutorial. It's going to have two videos. So I'm going to try to make this video 10 minutes and we're going to add another 10 minutes video. So here's the post. But before we engage in editing with Elementor, I need you to go and click on Google Pixabay supplements. It should take you to the Pixabay website where they have some free images about supplements. Here, for example, you can see some images. I kind of like this one. So I'm going to download this one. I actually have changed my mind, so I think this one looks cool. This is some fish oil, omega-3, so I'm going to download this. Okay, so here is the downloaded image. Except for this image is very high resolution and is, in terms of width and in terms of length, this image is actually a big sized image. So I'm going to show you how you can use GIMP, the free image editor, which we talked about in previous videos. So if you want to know how you can install GIMP on your computer, you can go and look up other sections of this course. So I'm going to take this image, resize it in order to optimize the image size, because remember, with our website, it's a great part of making it faster. So in order to make sure your site is as fast as can be, you need to optimize a lot of things. And we talked about how important images or image size is when it comes to how fast your site is. So if your site is filled with a lot of images that carry a lot of size, your site will be slow. If you optimize your images and lower from their size properties and from their, so your site will be faster. So we're going to take this image, we're going to open it on GIMP, resize it. But first, before resizing it, I just want to give you an idea about the actual properties of the image in order for us to be able to see the difference. Okay, so the actual image size is at 206 kilooctets. We're going to take this and optimize it. So I'm going to come here to GIMP, click File, open an image. I'm going to go to Downloads. Okay, so here's the image opened. Let's go to Image and click Transform. Well, not in fact transform. In fact, you should click on resize the image. Okay, you can see here the width and the height of the image in terms of pixels. So I'm going to lower that down to 500, and the other one should go to 300 and something. Okay, I want to click this button here, and I want to click this one. So you can see now the image was successfully resized. So I'm going to take this image and export it on my computer. Just make sure that the image name is different from the first image name. So I'm going to name it. I'm going to give it a name, image 1, 2, 3. Well, in fact, I need you to try this other option instead of just loading the image. click on export image. This way is better because when you click export, it actually exports it on GPG in GPG format, which is what we want. I'm gonna name it image 123 again, and I'm gonna download it on my bureau desktop. Okay, so click export. Remember the properties from before, 260 kilooctets. I'm gonna close that down and click export. Okay. Let's now, before exporting the image, let's lower the quality a little bit down in order to lower the image size, and click on export. Export is complete. Let's go now and look for our optimized image. All right, we can see our image here. So here is our optimized image. Let's open up the other image from before and let's compare them. You can see there's a difference in resolution and quality, and that's normal. We don't really care that much because you can still see that this image is, you know, clearly, you can clearly see that it is a supplement. And so let's now check for the image properties. Okay, so here are the properties of the image. It was 206. Now it is at 44.6. So it is fairly optimized by around more than 150% the original size that it was. And now we can use it safely on our website. Plus, we have reduced the image size. As you can see here, this image was highly sized, so this could in no way be used on a website. It's so big. Now we have made it smaller. You can see the difference. Let's go to Elementor again. I suggest you to write an article, not a sophisticated one, just one that you can use to learn. For example, I have this article here, top 10 tips to learn how to get better at pull-ups. This is a very well optimized in terms of SEO article. And I have an image here, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. The reason why I work with Google Docs is because, as I was saying, the reason why I use Google Docs is because you can use Google Docs to change text from paragraph to heading. Here it is actually in French, but it is supposed to tell you here, you're supposed to see heading number 1, heading number 2, heading number 3. So, and normal is for paragraph. Okay, so if I wanted to change this, for example, just this 20 pull-ups in a row without difficulty 2, from paragraph to heading number 1, you can see here it was successfully changed, except for everything else was changed. So if I want to take it back to normal, I just select everything, click normal. Okay, so as we said previously, we can only have one heading, one H1 tag, which is used for the page title. So the page title is an H1. An H2 tag, you can use it 2 times. H3 tag, it is advised to use it 3 times, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's go back to Elementor. Now I'm going to create a new page. So I'm going to go to pages, click all pages, and then I'm going to create a new page. Click here, add new on top. Here on the title, you would want to use your focus keyword. So let's imagine that we are trying to rank for how to get better at pull-ups. Then that is our focus keyword. So we should write here how to get better at pull-ups. But since we're not going to be using the classic editor, so we're not going to be writing content here, we're just going to save draft, click save draft, and we're going to edit this post with this article or this page with Elementor. So you go to Elementor. Since this is not Elementor Pro, we are deprived from many features. But still, I made a promise to you that we're going to use this Elementor free plugin to make the most of it. So, but it is always very useful to purchase Elementor. Plus, it's not really that expensive, $39, and it gives you a lot of freedom. Okay, so a quick introduction on Elementor. You can see elements here. If you click here, see global, but you can't see global unless you go pro to get more widgets. So we're going to stick to elements. In the elements, you have so many elements such as intersection, heading, text editor, image, if you want to add videos, if you want to add a button, if you want to add a space between sections or headings, or a divider. It helps very well to divide things. Google Maps, if you want to add Google Maps to your page, icons. And so basically those are the free things that you can use. If you scroll down a little, you can see here the sign that says Pro. So all these things here, down here, are Pro elements that you can only use if you go Pro. Let's scroll down more. So since we cannot use these Pro elements, let's see what more things we can use free of charge. You can use image box, an icon box, star rating, an image carousel, and other things. In the next video, I'm going to run through these things as quickly as I can and show you what most of them, how you can use most of them and to what end. But we're only going to be using the free things or the free widgets that we're allowed to use by Elementor. And in my opinion, the free widgets are much, or are actually more than enough for you to create a good article.